Hi everyone, welcome to our channel, Rebecca Stew and the Crew. I'm Rebecca. Today we have our weekly Dollar Tree DIY where we try to use items from the Dollar Tree to create some type of craft project. Today we're going to be making this plant stand. So let's go over our supplies first. We'll need some paint. Any paint will do that will match your home decor. We'll need some of these tower blocks, 2 of these little drawers, and some masking tape or painter's tape. Either one will do. You'll need some paint brushes, and then we're also going to use some of these little rocks from Dollar Tree, some succulents of your choice, and any little planter or votive that you like. We'll also use some hot glue. So let's get crafty. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take these boxes apart. I know it has a flower cut out, but we're not going to be able to see that because we're just going to use the smaller box for the middle, and we'll be able to hide that. So now we're just going to take those tower blocks and we're going to glue them inside. So we're going to put one in each corner to start, and then we will end up putting another one in each corner to create an L shape to make the stand all the way around, just make it a little bit more decorative. You could really add as many legs to this as you want. You could go all the way around if you like, but I just wanted to do an L shape to create the legs in each corner here. Now, to help get them even, it will help if you mark all of your tower blocks. Put a little mark on them so that you know where to put the glue and how far up inside the box to place them so that it will sit level when you stand them up. So now we're going to take the larger or the outside of the box and we're going to glue that to the side. Now it does hang over a little bit, so you can decide if you want to center it or have the hangover part a little bit more towards the front or the back. I chose to put it all in the front, so it's a little bit of like a stair step. Then we'll take another box. We're going to take that middle out and we're just going to use the outside of the box, and then we're going to glue this one on as well to the other side. So now we have all 3 pieces put together. So again, you've got the smaller box in the middle and the 2 larger ones on either side. So now I have that middle piece of one of the boxes left. I can pull off one of the sides, and this is what I'm going to use to cover up that space in the back of the drawer where the flower cutout is. And we'll just attach that with some hot glue. I was going to paint this. I really wasn't worried about any gaps because once you fill it in, you won't really see the gap. So then I went ahead and I painted the whole entire thing with some black chalk paint. I did do part of the bottom, but you don't have to do that if you don't want. Now, if you're using the black chalk paint from Dollar Tree, it covers really well. So one coat is all you're going to need. Now we have that all painted. We let it dry, and I just took some masking tape and I just crisscrossed some lines over top. I made sure to fold it down into the crease in between the boxes where there was that little bit of a stair step, just to make sure I had a nice crisp line. And you really want to push this down, so you want to make sure your paint is dry all the way. So then I took some white chalk paint and I just filled in some of the spaces on either side. I did the exact same pattern on both sides. And then I did do that little triangle at the bottom of the center box. I filled that in with some white paint, as well as the top triangle in the center box. I filled those in with some white paint, and then I filled the other 2 sections in with the dark gray paint. It was called Granite Gray, is the color that I chose to use. So I only decided to paint the front because you really won't see the rest of it. Once it was dry, you just peel the tape off and you should have these nice crisp lines. Now, the one middle box I didn't do real well with the tape, so I did have to touch it up just a little bit. So here I just took a fine detail brush and a little bit of black paint, and I just helped edge those lines to make them look a little bit more crisp. So I didn't want to leave it so bright and vibrant. So what I did is, it was still a little bit damp, and I took some black chalk paint and added some water to it, just like a really watered down version of the chalk paint. And I went over this whole thing with a damp brush to smear the paint to give it like just a different type of effect to the front. I really liked it a lot this way. So you could do either way. You could leave it the way it is, or you could go over it like I did here and just use some watered down paint to help blur it all together. And if you go a little bit too heavy with the watered down paint, like if the white smears too much, you could just touch it up with some black paint like I did here. Then I just let this dry. And if you want, you can put a sealer over it, but it really isn't necessary. And now we're just going to take some of these Dollar Tree votives and we'll start filling them in with some of the little pebbles that they sell in the bags. They sell them in white or in like a natural stone color. We'll add one of their succulents, and then we'll just fill some more rocks in around it to help hide like the stem where we put it in. There's really no glue necessary here. You don't need any glue or anything to put these together. I love these little planters like this. I just use the candle votives from the Dollar Tree. I have these setting in several places around the house. So I ended up making 2 of these, and I just took a simple Dollar Tree vase that I just had. They've sold those over the last few months. They have some new ones out right now that they just put out this week that were really cute that would work for this as well. And then I just set those on the plant stand. So there's a couple different ways that you can decorate them. So here's just the way I did the succulent planters here. And then I had like all 3 on the stand. If you want, you can kind of spread them out and put some Dollar Tree candle votives with candles to help spread it out, make it a little bit bigger. You can put the candle votives down at the bottom, just decorate it in some different ways. I really love the way this turned out. It's super simple. It's just an easy craft that you can do on a weekend to relax. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out some of our other Dollar Tree crafting videos. We post those every single Thursday. And I really work hard to make sure that they're easy to follow and inexpensive items from the Dollar Tree. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And here are some other videos from our channel you might also enjoy. Check back tomorrow and see what is new for the week at the Dollar Tree.